For my son, Antonio. And for my beloved husband, Martin. Please, Lord, keep each one safe wherever he may be. And bring them home to their family who loves and misses them.
I'm glad lighting the candles every night makes you feel better, Mama, but they're not coming home.
You don't know that, Luis.
Would you please stop kidding yourself? It's been years.
Tell me about your date tonight. How's Beth?
Beth's fine. She sends her love.
Then you had a nice time?
Excuse me, I gotta call Hank over at Grace Bennett's bed and breakfast. No answer. Thought Hank would be back by now.
Is everything all right, Luis?
It's just been a very strange evening.
What made your night so strange, Luis? Was it something to do with Beth?
No, Beth's fine as always.
Well, I'm glad. Perhaps you two will date more often. I always liked her.
Yeah, I remember. You took her shopping for wedding dresses when I hadn't even proposed.
Well, you were so well suited. I still think you should have gotten married years ago.
I wasn't ready, Mama.
Oh, nonsense. You're the most grown-up and responsible of all my children. You gave up your personal goals to help support our family.
Well, I don't regret the decision I made for 1 minute.
I have. I feel terrible that sometimes we've cost you the kind of happiness that comes from marriage.
Well, from what I've seen, happiness and marriage don't always go hand in hand.
If you're speaking about my marriage to your father...
Okay, Papa abandoned us, Mama.
He did not, Luis. He disappeared.
Look, I've heard this all before.
But you don't listen. When you love someone, you learn to take the bad with the good. You stick with them, even when things are hard.
I don't want to argue with you, Mama. And besides, your advice is wasted on me. I'm not even involved with anyone, much less thinking about getting married.
You're thinking about someone very seriously.
Hey, no way.
Don't you know you can't hide anything from your mother? Someone is on your mind tonight. If it isn't Beth, who is it?
Sheridan Crane. Beth and I ran into Hank and Sheridan at the Lobster Shack tonight.
You did?
Yeah, it was quite a surprise all the way around. Especially when we all wound up at the same table.
I hope you didn't give Sheridan a hard time.
Well, what kind of question is that, Mama? You know I'm nice to everyone. At least everyone who's nice to me.
I know, but it seems that the Cranes always seem to rub you the wrong way.
Because the Cranes think that they're better than everyone else in Harmony, and I won't bow down to them. I'm gonna try Hank again.
I hope you didn't get into an argument with Sheridan.
No, there was some third-rate magic act going on, and Sheridan wound up being part of the trick the magician wanted to perform.
What trick?
Disappearing act. She got into this coffin-like box, and he locked it.
What? I can't believe she would do that.
She obviously had second thoughts. She started screaming. Hank and I tried to get her out of the box, but the lid was stuck. I had to break it open with an axe. Sheridan was still upset when Hank and I got her out.
Mi pobrecita Sheridan.
And she was sobbing about something that happened and how she didn't mean to do it. I started thinking that it was something from her past. Now look, you've worked as the Crane housekeeper for a long time, Mama. Now, you know a lot about them. Now, you've known Sheridan Crane since she was a little girl. Now, is she covering anything up?
What kind of a question is that, Luis? Why would Sheridan be covering anything up?
Oh, it's just that Sheridan kept saying it over and over, that it wasn't her fault. What wasn't her fault?
It wasn't my fault, Pilar. I didn't mean it.
Do you know what Sheridan Crane meant, Mama? What is it that she didn't mean to do?
I cannot tell you why Sheridan said those things.
I was hoping you'd know.
Why does it concern you?
It's just like this riddle that I can't solve. I mean, for once, Sheridan didn't make me mad. fascinated me.
I wouldn't think about it anymore, son. Leave the Cranes to themselves.
Maybe for now. I'm gonna go out for a walk or something. You want some ice cream or?
No, thank you. I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
Yes, I need a taxi, please. 462 Railroad Street? The Crane Estate. Please hurry.
Who is it?
It's Pilar, Miss Sharon.
Oh, Pilar. Thank God.
Oh, my poor sweet Sheridan.
You heard about what happened to me tonight.
Yes, I did.
I wanted to call you, but it was late, and I was afraid that Luis would be even more suspicious than he already is. He's the one that told you, isn't he?
Yes.
What did he say, Pilar? Did he ask you about my past?
You needn't worry. I told him there was nothing about your past to concern him.
You never lie, Pilar. You told your own son a lie to protect me.
I did not lie to him. Luis is the best son a mother could have, but he's also a conscientious policeman. I just didn't tell him what I knew.
Thank you. When I was lying in that box, all I could think of was the worst night of my life.
I know.
I felt like I was reliving every horrible moment. It seemed so real.
I am so sorry.
Am I doomed, Pilar? Is this night going to haunt me for the rest of my life?
Sheridan, that terrible time so many years ago will haunt you only as long as you let it.
I don't want it to rule my life.
Then you must let go of it. It's time for you to start building a new life for yourself.
But how?
Perhaps by finding someone to love. Someone who loves you. Someone who you would like to raise a family with.
I've tried.
You cannot expect someone to love you if you haven't begun to love yourself. You must forget what happened when you were a young girl. Only a few members of your family and myself know what happened, and we've all been sworn to secrecy. No one will ever tell a soul.
I'm afraid that if I stay in Harmony, that night will haunt me for the rest of my life. Coming home was a terrible mistake. I should have just stayed in Paris.
With that man who only loved you for your fortune?
Even a life with a shallow man like Jean-Luc would be better than a life in Harmony where I'm being haunted by ghosts. I've got to get out of here.
If you run away now, Sheridan, you will be running the rest of your life.
And I'm afraid to stay here, Pilar.
You can distance yourself from a place, but not from your own fears. Until you exorcise your ghosts, they will go with you, Sheridan, wherever you go.
How can I get rid of them?
You have to face your fears, your ghosts, here in Harmony. It is the only way.
But what if I can't?
You are a very strong young woman, Sheridan. It will take faith and patience, but it will happen. Just as the right man will come along, right here in Harmony. I believe it is meant to be.
How can I get involved with somebody from Harmony? What if he finds out about my past? What if the police discover?
Shh. I will not let that happen.
Your own son, Luis, is on the police force. He's already begun to ask questions.
Do not worry, Sheridan. I will do whatever I must to make sure that your past doesn't come to light.
You promise?
You have my word. No one will ever know what happened.